Is it an actual body? It's not just trash, right? We're not bringing
No,
it out here for trash.
it's something. It's melted. Well, I told him, I said, I don't know what we got in the basement, but it's definitely something rotting.
In the fall of 2021, what should have been a routine eviction in Louisville, Kentucky, took a horrific turn when two unsuspecting handymen made a gruesome discovery in a dark basement.
We went down in the basement, crawl space down there. There's a god-awful smell, and there's a bag in there that's got maggots on it.
Ooh. Yeah.
What was that serial killer thing? A female, Charlize Theron played her, like where she uglied herself up to play her.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Kind of what she looks like.
She didn't mention the other serial killer by name, but she may have been referring to Eileen Wuornos, who robbed and murdered at least 7 men in Florida between 1989 and 1990. Miss Wuornos gained infamous stardom more than a decade later after the movie about her life entitled Monster became a blockbuster hit. As the investigation in Louisville continued, it became clear that the two women had far more in common than just looks. We don't know much about Sarah McQuilling's background, but according to police reports, she had more than a few run-ins with law enforcement over the years. On Friday, December the 2nd of 2016, she stole not one, but 2 police cars. That afternoon, officers in Jeffersonville, Kentucky, attempted to stop a vehicle that had been reported stolen. At the time, 35-year-old Sarah McQuilling was behind the wheel and an unidentified man was in the passenger seat beside her. Sarah ignored the sirens and flashing lights and led officers on an erratic high-speed chase. But shortly into the pursuit, the passenger yanked up on the parking brake when he realized the incident might end with a violent and possibly fatal crash. The parking brake brought the vehicle to an abrupt stop, and moments later, Sarah and the man fled on foot. Even so, the officers apprehended them within a few minutes. The man was cooperative and apologetic, but Sarah was unruly and uncooperative. In the early going, the officers handcuffed her and put her in the back of one of the patrol cars while they questioned the man on the side of the road. They obviously thought that she was safe and secure, but to their surprise, she slipped out of the handcuffs, climbed over the seat, mashed the accelerator, and sped away. She then led the officers on yet another pursuit that eventually crossed a state line into neighboring Indiana, where authorities had shut down the westbound lanes of I-265 for nearly an hour. Luckily, Sarah was forced off the road and taken into custody before she hurt herself or anyone else. After a quick trip to the hospital to treat a few superficial wounds, she was arrested and booked into the county jail. After that, she pretty much fell off the radar, but we do know that by early 2021 she was married and had 6 children, and that she and her husband were separated, and she rented a room in Louisville from a woman named Ashley Dutschke. Sarah lived with Ashley and her 2 children, and in many respects, she was a model tenant. She was generally quiet and respectful and got along well with her landlord's children. That said, Sarah disappeared for an entire week in June of 2021 after last being seen in the city's Taylorberry neighborhood. Her family reported her missing a few days later because it wasn't like her not to check in with them every day or so. They also told police that she potentially had a serious health condition and that she didn't have her medication with her, and that she was in a contentious and chaotic relationship with a man named Douglas Brooks.
Did the mom ever say what his relationship was with the murder suspect?
On and off girlfriend, I believe.
Okay.
We've had several calls on them down here for screaming and violence.
Yeah.
Sarah eventually turned up in the 1300 block of Lillian Avenue in south central Louisville, not far from where she was last seen in the Taylorberry neighborhood. At that point, nobody knew where she was or what she was doing for the week that she was gone. However, the picture got a little clearer that September when 2 bodies turned up in a crawl space just a stone's throw from Sarah's old stomping grounds. The first victim was a 64-year-old man named Jerry Carden. On Thursday, September the 23rd, police officers discovered his body in the crawl space in his home on Roosevelt Avenue after neighbors complained of an offensive odor and requested a welfare check. Later, the medical examiner determined that Mr. Cardin had died from multiple gunshot wounds and that he had been dead for about 3 days when his body was found. Interestingly, Mr. Cardin's home on Roosevelt Avenue was only about 5 miles southeast of where Sarah turned up after her week-long disappearance the previous June. A few days later, Sarah was pulled over driving Mr. Cardin's pickup truck and was arrested for his murder. During the stop, officers found damning evidence in the back of the pickup, including security camera footage which allegedly showed her pilfering items from his home at about the time the medical examiner said that he had died. And from there, the situation got even worse. A few days later, on Monday, September the 27th of 2021, unsuspecting workmen made another grisly discovery. This time in the basement of a rental property located in the 2000 block of Woodbourne Avenue, less than 5 miles from where Jerry Cardin's body was found on Roosevelt Avenue on September the 23rd. That morning, at the landlord's request, the workers went to a rental property to change the locks and evict a 39-year-old tenant named Douglas Brooks, who had not paid rent in some time. By then, his mother hadn't heard from him since the 15th.
So these three gentlemen, he's the property manager, and these two guys are the maintenance guys. They came over this morning. Apparently yesterday, day work, the mom of the missing guy that lives here called and said, hey, my son hasn't been seen since the first part of September. He's the boyfriend of Miss McQuilling.
They've got 3 hang-up calls.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because
his body,
that was in West Houston.
yeah. Well, apparently he said that the neighbors are always calling him on Miss Quillen and him because they're always having knockout, drag-out domestics.
And a few days before, the other residents began to complain about a nauseating odor coming from the residence. Shortly after entering the basement, the workmen found a maggot-covered bag stashed in a dark crawl space.
We went down in the basement crawl space down there. There's a god-awful smell, and there's a bag in there that's got maggots on it.
It's underneath a bunch of like carpet and ceiling tiles.
Okay, well, nobody. Who else been in there?
Me
and Tim went in the crawl space.
Okay.
All 3 of us.
Go
been
ahead.
in the house.
Go ahead and give me your IDs and just stand by. Hey, Sarge. So apparently, yeah, it's related to the Sarah McQuilling, and that he's been missing. When was the last time you said they seen him?
1894
The 15th of September. And they went into his apartment already, but they said that the bag is covered in maggots and it's a god-awful smell, like something was rotting flesh or something. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna call homicide. Okay. Okay, bye.
I mean, it could be a dead animal, but I don't.
No, don't want to take the chance.
Yeah.
It's too close to coincidence. Thank you, guys. Okay, you went in there, didn't you? Did you go in?
I went in the house and changed the locks. I drilled it open.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't go in.
Okay.
Unless we had access to it.
514, baby. I'm switching service. Who did you make contact with that said they hadn't seen him? Number 4? Number 3? Okay.
And then I talked to the mom this morning, and she says it has been missing. She didn't tell me how long.
I got a number. How would you guys describe the smell?
I mean, it smells like a dead animal.
Dead animal? Okay.
It smells to me like a dead animal.
I mean, it's not bad.
Never smelled a dead person.
But it's,
so I don't
as
know
soon
how
as
to
you
compare
walk
it
in
to.
that door down there, you smell it.
Oh yeah, it will
Okay.
knock you out.
And other tenants have been complaining of the same smell?
Yes.
You don't have any tape or anything, do you, Crack? You don't have any tape or anything, do you?
Tape? Yeah, we need tape off.
There's a back door. So nobody goes down there.
You gotta go inside.
Yeah, I'm going to secure the back door right now. Both,
The back door.
it's around the back, they said. They said the smell is god-awful. No.
Eventually, one of the brave officers entered the basement to see if they could find the bag and determine that it was causing the overwhelmingly offensive odor.
Well, hell, she put a guy in the crawl space without anybody noticing.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Need a light?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a light.
Need a light? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep, right. I'm trying. Can you have Mr. come down here?
Yeah. Did you find anything?
No, I can't find the bag they're talking about, but geez.
Okay. Mr. Richardson?
Yeah. He's in the white polo.
Coming down. That is death.
Mm-hmm.
That is the smell of death.
Mm-hmm.
With the flies to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just look, as soon as you go in there, look to the left. There's a bunch of garbage. And there's a bag underneath some stuff.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. Okay.
Is it an actual body? It's not just trash, right? We're not bringing
No,
it out
it's
here for trash.
it's something. It's melted. It's. Ooh. You can go back out front, sir.
Is it
Thank
in
you.
the carpet or is it in the trash?
No, it's rolled up
Back
in
buried under some like insulation and
like an exercise mat.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't want to move anything in case.
I
Right, but I'm trying to. We want to
establish
confirm what it is or it isn't.
It's something.
It's something dead.
But
Right, it's not like a dog. It's like that's the. We don't want to bring homicide in here for
We're gonna
an
have
animal.
to dig. We're gonna have to dig. Is what's gonna happen. We're gonna have to
Wanna
pull it
dig?
out. We gotta confirm it. We're gonna have to pull it out.
Okay, well,
Well, who spoke to homicide?
I didn't. They
Call
said
them
they're.
back. Call them back and be like, you want us to undo this? Just verify.
Well, what I
Confirm whether
well I
it's a
told
human or
well
not.
I told him, I said I don't know what we got in the basement, but it's definitely something rotting.
Right.
And they were like,
Well,
well,
just
this,
let
they
them
said
know that you found what it is. You found where
Yeah.
it is, but you
We're gonna
without.
have to disturb their scene in order to get to it.
that's what I don't want. I was
Just make sure they want to disturb it before we do.
Phew. It's been a while since I've smelled a.
Yeah, that's gonna permeate the uniform the rest of the day.
If we go by the timeline, I think around the same time.
Judging by the size of the maggots, it's pretty recent.
Back outside, he and the other officers discussed the size of the maggots, which seemed to indicate that there was rotting flesh inside the bag that may not have been there for very long.
I mean, the maggots ain't any longer than my fingernail right there.
That one, do you see the fat one? There was a fat one that was like.
There was a fat grub on there, but most of them weren't any wider than that. So, as far as length.
But it was literally like dripping, like fat drippings.
Probably.
He was on the floor?
No. So, you know how these old houses like have like that crawl space? Like there's the basement and then there's like the dirt crawl space that sits up.
Yeah, like a
There's
shelf.
a bunch of
Yeah.
crap that's shoved back in there, like old insulation, foam mats.
Yeah.
Just looks like stuff that they've ripped out, like when they did remodeling and just chucked it over there. There's a bag buried underneath all that has got whatever's permeating that smell through the room. That's where it's at.
Oh, okay.
It's buried underneath all that stuff.
On top of that.
On top of that little shelf
Yeah.
that's down there.
Yeah.
So
And you can hear the flies. Bzzz,
Yeah.
bzzz, bzzz, bzzz.
So it's
And they live on this floor.
Yeah, he lives in the front apartment.
in order to get to it, we'd have to move all that stuff, which would
Right.
potentially compromise her.
And rupture the bag further.
Yeah. Let's not rupture the bag.
Homicide detectives arrived shortly thereafter.
At least it ain't not how much is
Yeah.
Tell me what time you got
So you have police to him?
At first,
There's a run chain at 10:44,
Go for it.
dispatch 10:59.
Storming the castle, boys.
Tell me what time Fort Baker got in. first unit was on scene at 11:04. You're welcome, 11:34.
Somebody runs out.
Hope y'all didn't eat it.
I want to call it soon.
That's her.
Oh yeah, she
I
got
see
that.
her doing this, and I'm like, well, I got
She kind of looks like the chick that used to be the serial murderer that they,
Then they broke
the
the
one that,
paddles out.
what was her name?
What I thought. Come to find out the paddles weren't working.
Sarah
So they
McQuilling.
weren't actually shocking when they were trying to. They had a
She
little
admitted shooting the victim and placing him in the crawl space.
spoon looking thing.
Poor cover up.
What was that serial killer's name? The female, Charlize Theron played her, like where she uglied herself up to play her.
Oh, I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Kind of what she looks like.
A little bit.
They were telling us where to find it, and me and Woods could not find it. We were like, we smell it, we see the flies, but we can't see it. And then he was like, it's under there. And me and Woods went,
Later, the authorities confirmed that the victim was 39-year-old Douglas Brooks. The autopsy revealed that he had died of stab wounds and that the killer decapitated him before wrapping his body in plastic and stuffing it into the crawl space. Mr. Brooks' head was never found. According to the arrest affidavit, Sarah admitted to shooting 64-year-old Jerry Carden with a revolver and placing his body in the crawl space. During the investigation, detectives found the gun as well as a number of Mr. Carden's personal possessions in Sarah's last known residence. By then, investigators were relatively certain that Sarah had killed Douglas Brooks as well. However, we don't know if she ever confessed to his murder. Whatever the case, the authorities apparently didn't know if the killings were motivated solely by theft or if there was anything else at play. Either way, Sarah remained in custody for a number of years while her case ground its way through the overburdened justice system. Then, in the summer of 2025, 44-year-old Sarah McQuilling pled guilty to 1 count each of theft, complicity to murder, complicity to manslaughter in the second degree, as well as 2 counts each of abuse of a corpse and tampering with physical evidence. But instead of taking her chances at trial, Sarah accepted a deal from prosecutors which ended with an Alford plea. This meant that she could plead guilty without actually admitting to committing the crimes with which she was charged. According to the plea agreement, Sarah acted alone or with another unknown person, but to this date, no one else has been charged with any crimes associated with the 2 men's deaths. Sarah also waived a separate sentencing hearing and was ultimately sentenced to 20 years in state prison. After the ruling, her estranged husband said that he stood by her. Sarah began serving her term on August 1st of 2025 at a correctional complex located some 30 miles northeast of downtown Louisville. Sarah may serve the full 20 years, but according to the plea deal, she will be eligible for parole in 2038 when she will have served 85% of her original sentence. We would like to express our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of the victims.